Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the JBI suspension WP titanium subvalve. This fits the WP XACT Pro cartridge system. What that is this damping cartridge right here, and it is found inside of the following forks. It is inside of the WP cone valve fork, the WP XACT Pro 7548 fork, the WP XACT 6500, and the WP XPLOR 6500 fork. Here they look at the compression assembly. As you can see, the valving has already been removed. We have 5 sets of WP XACT 6500s that we are building today. 3 of them are to our JBI spec motocross setting, and 2 of them are to our JBI spec off-road. One of those is an open desert off-road setting, and the other one is a hard enduro setting. All different customers. Anyways, I'm in the middle of changing out and installing the JBI titanium subvalve, and I thought I'd do a quick DIY video on how to do that. I already started on a few by getting these loose, and I thought I'd show you the technique of what we're doing to get these apart. So that way, those of you that buy the JBI titanium subvalve for your own setups, or if you buy our JBI DIY kits for these forks, you know how to install this component. Installed in our vise right here, I have clamped the cartridge removal tool. So that tool is what interfaces with these slots right here. And we're gonna use that clamped in our vise as our fixture for holding our compression assembly. So let's line up these slots. Excellent. Now, what I've already done beforehand is I cleaned each assembly off and I got it free of any oil and also got it free of any cleaner. We like the suspension clean, but it's also dry of that as well, because we're going to heat up the tip of this compression post and get it nice and hot, but we're going to keep the flame and the heat away from our free piston, which has 2 piston bands and 1 rubber seal, and those can melt or get damaged if the heat source gets too close to that. That is why we're gonna do just a tip and let the heat transfer down to the bottom and warm up the Loctite here on the threads. So that way we can get out the piece we want and not unthread our free piston shaft from the fork cap and give us extra work to do. So we got this all set up here. We're gonna utilize some MAP gas for heating it up. You can also use propane as well. It just will take a little bit longer for heating time. And I also have a 15mm socket. This is a semi-deep socket. You need at least this depth of a socket or longer for this to happen. Because of the length of this, it's going to go over the post and then interface with the hex pattern that is machined into the stock compression post. So again, this is a 15mm. We have it on a little stubby wrench. We got our compression our compression assembly removal tool fixtured in our vise. So I'm gonna throw this phone into our holder right here and get moving on some more of these. Cool, so there's that. Let's get zoomed in on this. Okay, that's looking good. Awesome. Cool, so I'm gonna hold the base of this with my hand just so it doesn't move. And then we're gonna warm up just the tip. Awesome, so we just heated that up for about 20 to 25 seconds. We're gonna keep holding this. We're gonna insert our tool on top and then start applying pressure. And there we go. I apply a nice constant pressure and start pushing harder as I wait, and then eventually feel the Loctite give. We can get this out the rest of the way with our hand, but first we're gonna let that cool down because it's pretty freaking hot. Now you'll see I didn't take it off all the way because I'm going to set this on the table next to me, and I want this to stay as a assembly and not have everything kind of come apart and roll everywhere. So let's move this one, and let's do one more for good measure. Let's see, this one hasn't been done yet. So again, we're going to line these slots with our tool. Awesome. Let's hold the base. Oh, let's push our free piston down first. Cool. Let's hold the base and let's heat this up. Cool. Again, that was for another 20 to 25 seconds. If you're using propane, you may have to go a little bit longer. Awesome. Now that one came loose as well. Sweet. All right, I still got another 5 of these to work through. So I'm gonna keep working on these, and then I will tune you in on the next step. All right, guys, welcome back. As you can see, I have started removing all of the stock compression piston post on these forks. We had done most of it with the wrench, and now that everything's cooled down, we're gonna do it by hand. Let's get this one out here too. Come on, up. Oh, guess I lied. We have to throw a wrench on this one. Cool. Now I'm doing this over the table. So this one came out. Sometimes the needle will want to come out with this. So that's why I'm going to do it over the table, so know if any parts fall, they fall in front of you. We're going to set that back down, and we'll kind of work our way down the line right here for getting these out. All right, guys, so we got our free piston assemblies modified with our JBI pressure springs. We've already mounted up one of the new titanium subvalves. We got that done right here. And we're gonna do the next one. I'll show you how we're doing it. So as you can see, I got the torque wrench right to the left. This one is done. So let's grab our titanium subvalve. Let's apply some blue Loctite to the threads. Excellent. Now we can grab this and just kind of get it going by hand. And usually it'll go all the way down. Excellent. So we got that there. Now we are ready to put this back into our fixture. So let's align these with that. Awesome. And then now let me adjust the camera. We are going to torque this down. So the spec is 12 Newton meters. Here's what we have. We have an M8 thread made out of titanium, and we are pairing that with the aluminum free piston shaft. This has the female threads on it. So with that all in mind, we're doing a lubricated torque. I say lubricated because our thread locker acts as a lubricant. So with our thread locker, the blue Loctite, we're going to utilize 12 Newtons. Let's set up our wrench to that. Cool. So we're going to pull down on the free piston so we can expose our hex shape. This is a 19 millimeter. And there we go. Cool. And that has been torqued. Let's set that aside. We'll do one more together. So let's grab our free piston, sorry, our Subvalve. Apply some blue Loctite. It looks pretty badass, man. We got the gold titanium subvalve. We got our JBI polished free pistons, sorry, pressure spring right here. Cool, we got that torqued down by hand. Let's line it up in here. And torque this one down. Again, remember to pull down on this, that way we can get the socket over it. Come on, there we go. And, ooh, love that sound. Now, to be truthful with you guys, I usually just torque these by hand. I've done these a handful of times, but I know you guys probably haven't done this before. So use a torque wrench, so that way you can understand the torque levels we're doing this at. For a lot of you tutors out there that buy kits from me oftenly, and you already have a good feel for stuff, then you know what to do. So for good measure, let's do this next one. Here's our subvalve. Throw some Loctite on there. Excellent. Thread this in by hand. Ooh, I love it when you have clean thread threaded into other clean threads that are perfectly matched. That's nice. And now it is time to do our torque. Beautiful. Cool. So that is how you install the JBI titanium subvalve for the WP XACT Pro damping cartridge system.